A hearty welcome once again, dear students. In the last session, we had thoroughly discussed about the important aspects in order to learn how to transform the direct and indirect speech. And I'm quite guaranteed that it will definitely help you to understand the concepts and the rules in a more detailed way. As the succession part, in this session 2, we will be learning some of the transformations in direct and indirect speech. So here we will be mostly focusing on the transformation of questions. How do the questions are transformed from direct to indirect speech, the rules, the strategies, and some of the important examples. Hope you will definitely understand the transformation in a detailed way. Let's take a look at. Basically, when we learned some questions, the questions are broadly divided into the two categories. One, the question that begins with the WH words, and the other, the question that begins with the helping verbs, and they mean to answer in yes or no. Let's take a look at that. How the question begins with the WH words change in direct to indirect speech. So here are some rules which will help you eventually to transform it vice versa. It is expected that the questions are asked with WH words and how to convert it in indirect speech. Rule number 1, it says that change the reporting verb to ask, inquired, demanded, or wanted. These are reporting verbs we may use according to the context of the question. One thing has to be noted down here, that is, when you are supposed to use inquire or demand, immediately after that we need to have preposition, that is of. So this is how the first change you have to make it while converting. Second rule says change the interrogative form, means a question form, and questions basically we form by using verb plus subject pattern, and these questions you need to convert in assertive form, that is a statement or a simple sentence, and a simple sentence needs to take subject and verb pattern. This is the must rule, you have to follow it, because all the questions in direct and indirect are supposed to be changed to assertive form. So from that point of view, this rule is important one. And as we are converting the question into the sentence, definitely we must remove the question mark at the end of this, and we need to use full stop. So these are the first two basic rules you need to follow for transformation. Next, rule number 3. Rule number 3 says if the question begins with an interrogative pronoun or interrogative adverb such as what, which, when, whose, who, why, where, and many other WH words. We are supposed to use the same word, and after that no conjunction supposed to be used. Means, like statement we use conjunctions, but in questions that begins with the WH word there is no conjunction required. This must be noted down. And rule number 4, as usual, it says the tense has to be changed accordingly. The pronouns, how to change pronouns, we have studied in previous video. You can go through once again if you are not clear about that. And words denoting nearness are changed according to the rules studied already. So basically few rules you have to focus, and rest all rules will remain same. So these small changes you need to focus and learn thoroughly. Let's try to dictate this and try to familiarize with these rules. Study the rules in detail with the help of given examples, so you can be thorough with the rules. Example 1. The old man said to his son, "What harm have I done to you?" This is a question. Indirect speech begins with WH word. Note the changes we are supposed to do in indirect speech. The old man asked to his son. Said to becomes asked because the questions are always asked or inquired. The old man asked to his son what harm he had done to him. Look at after son, there is a quoted words. These quoted words are not connected with conjunction, and here we do follow the same WH word as a linking word with the indirect speech. So what remains? What other necessary changes like a pronoun and the tense has to be done effectively without making any mistakes. Look at the second example. He said to me, "Where are you going?" The question begins with WH word. So here we have used in indirect. He asked me where, no conjunction. I was going, full stop. Sentence number 3. She said, "How do you get such a solution?" Question. In indirect speech, she asked me how I got such a solution. Question begins with how, so we have used the conjunction how. Do represents present tense, so the present tense has to be converted in simple past. It is to be noted that the question contains do, does, did has to be removed and the tense has to be converted accordingly. This is how we can try to convert the given questions in indirect speech with the following rules. But mostly this rule has to be followed with the questions that begins mostly with the WH words. But this is not only the one type of question we have in English grammar. There are some other sort of questions. How we need to convert it? Let's take a look at some rules regarding the same. We have some questions that answer yes no type, and these questions begins mostly with the helping verbs or the modal auxiliaries. Which are these one? Example: is, am, are, do, has, shall and can. If you make any other question with the help of these, definitely the answer will be either in yes or no. For example, am I a good student? So answer may be yes, I am, or no, I am not. Shall I give you a company to the picnic? So answer may be yes, you may, or no, you can't. So you make a question with the help of these words, definitely the answer will be yes no type of question, yes no type of answers. When we have the question beginning with the modal auxiliaries, how to convert in indirect speech? There are no more changes, only slight changes you have to keep it in mind. Okay, here are some rules, note it down. Rule number 1 and rule number 2 remain same. Rule number 1, reporting verb has to be changed: asked, inquire, demanded or wanted. Second rule, as it is stated, that interrogative form has to be converted in assertive. That also has to be written same. Rule number 3 has to be noted down perfectly, that is, use the conjunction if or whether to introduce the question part in the indirect speech. So here, even though the question begins with the modal auxiliaries, you need to use a conjunction, that is if, or you can use the word whether anyone is suitable. That is only one change you have to follow when the question begins with modal auxiliaries or helping verbs. Rest all changes has to be done accordingly. So this is only one minor change, you have to keep it in mind. Let's try to study with the help of examples so you may understand in a better way. Look at the example here. The teacher said to me, do you know the poem? So here, if you take a look at, the question begins with do, that is helping verb. How to do that? In indirect speech, the teacher asked me. Look at, as the question begins with do, we are supposed to use whether or if. So here we have used. Look at to the second example. Are you coming home with me? He said to me. Here the question begins with helping verb. And in indirect speech, he asked me if I was coming home with him. Full stop. Here we have used the conjunction if, because the question begins with helping verb. And the last example, the girl said, can I wear this sari, mother? In direct speech, the girl asked her mother whether she could wear that sari. Full stop. Here the question begins with modal auxiliary. So we have used if or whether. Necessary changes has to be done. This is how the questions are convertible in direct to indirect speech, and you need to follow these rules properly. That's all for this session. Hope you will definitely understand this concept in a better way. In the next session, we will be discussing about some other types of direct and indirect speech. Till then, take care. See you soon. Thank you.